Hello everyone and welcome to Season 1 Episode 3 of Setup Showdown, and let me tell you now, you will not want to miss this one. But before we get started, I just want to wish you all a happy new year and to say thank you for the incredible support throughout 2021. But as we can see, the Discord community voted Lex the winner of Episode 2, taking an incredible 79% of the total votes, so congratulations Lex, you're through to the Final Showdown. If you're unfamiliar with the series, there are 6 episodes where 2 people face off against each other for their chance to reach the Final Showdown. In the Final Showdown, all of the winners will challenge each other to be crowned the Showdown champion. If you'd like to vote or enter for yourself, simply join the ScorpioTech Discord server via the link in the description. Season 1 of Setup Showdown is kindly sponsored by Unspoken Deskpads. For high quality and unique designs, check out the link in the description or head to unspokendeskpads.com. First up today we have Liam from the UK. Liam's setup, as I'm sure you'll all agree, is absolutely stunning. From the unique nanolith panel stretching onto the ceiling to the L-shaped desk with separate work zones, it just looks incredible. So let's take a closer look at what he's got going on in this setup. Interestingly, Liam told me that this setup has been built in a converted garage, so whilst it may get quite cold, it's ideal for keeping those PC temps down. Liam generally uses this setup for editing, music production and playing games such as Rocket League, Halo, COD, F1 and Forza. Due to it being a converted garage, he had plenty of room to get it set up exactly how he wanted. There is absolutely loads of personality thrown in there with a subtle superhero theme that we can tell by the posters and figures located throughout the setup. The longer you actually look at this setup, the more you discover, which I honestly think is great, especially as the setup still looks pretty clean. Okay, I'll stop fangirling over this setup for a sec and let's move over to the main PC area. So Liam's primary monitor is a 24-inch AOC 144Hz and 1080p panel which is central to his sitting position. On top of that we can see a Benq screen bar, which I honestly think is a must-have at this point. Then quite some way off to the right he has a vertically mounted 27-inch Benq Eyecare 60Hz and 1080p panel, which I assume is for general multitasking needs, which would definitely help with his editing and music production. However, as awesome as it looks, it does appear to be quite some distance off his sitting position, so I can only assume his eyesight is much better than mine is. But I do think a main monitor upgrade could do wonders for this setup. Just imagine an ultra wide for the primary monitor. It would look insane. For peripherals, he's using the HyperX Alloy Elite keyboard combined with the tried and trusted Glorious Model O wireless mouse, both of which sit on top of the Galaxy and Marble deskpad, and I'll try and put as many of these links as I can down in the description, so if you do want anything, make sure to go and check down there. Also on the desk we can see he's got the gorgeous Edifer R1280dB speakers, as well as 6 colour light panels and a little bit of greenery to further personalise this setup. Also in this area, Liam has a pair of Astro A50s paired with the Fifine T699 mic for general PC usage and gaming. For this TV area, he's got the stunning Yamaha HS5 speakers and the Audio Technica ATH M50X headphones, as well as the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 audio interface. Not to mention the PlayStation icons lights, another screen bar and a whole bunch of personality and extras thrown in. Now let's take a look at the beast powering this setup. This is a custom build in the beautiful Corsair 465X case, and inside he's got a Ryzen 9 3900X processor, which is being cooled by the Corsair H100i Platinum SE AIO cooler. He's got a Gigabyte 2080 Super Gaming OC White Edition, as well as 32GB of Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB RAM running at 3200MHz, which all attach to the Aorus X570 Ultra motherboard. Not to mention the 760W Fractal Design Ion Plus power supply, 6 Corsair LL120 fans, and the beautiful Lian Li Strimmer Plus cable extensions. Liam has also had a really decent effort at cable management in the PC build, and by that I mean it's way better than mine, so what can I even say? As for the general cable management, considering just how much stuff is going on in this setup, I think he's done a really good job at keeping the visible cables to a minimum. There are a few zones where the cables are fairly noticeable, such as behind the PC, which could be reduced with cable sleeves or ties, and also under the desk, which could be cleaned up with some cable trunking, but otherwise there's not really much to nitpick on, so great job Liam. As for the desk and chair, he uses the Eyecare Salyan build paired with the Eyecare Alex drawers and the Secret Labs Dark Knight Edition chair. As well as this, he's made these awesome custom RGB guitar mounts with acoustic foam behind them, as well as various Elgato strip lights, Funko Pops, PC part boxes, and additional equipment such as the Logitech G29 racing wheel, Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, Starlight projector, and of course the Elgato Stream Deck. This room is absolutely filled with awesome tech and personality whilst remaining clean and most importantly practical. It may have cost you a lot, Liam, but this is going to be an extremely tough one to beat. Well done. Our second competitor today is Bekrah from the USA. Benq is a designer by occupation, and it shows with this incredibly unique gaming setup. He's been gaming since he was about 9 and grew up with systems like the Atari 2600, NES, N64 and many more throughout the years. However, in recent years he's mostly been playing on PC with this unique lap desk style setup. The reason Benq has opted for this unique setup is because he works daily with a dual monitor setup, so when he comes home from a hard day's work he wanted a completely different setup format, and that's why we can see a gaming recliner chair with a 65-inch OLED TV for his primary gaming space. As he typically plays games such as New World, the 4K and 120Hz output capabilities of this LG C9 OLED are more than enough for a smooth and responsive gaming experience whilst maximising his immersion. So let's delve into this unique setup and see what he's using to put everything together. This awesome chair is the Respawn RSP900 reclining gaming chair, which is paired with the Couchmaster Sycon lapboard to house his peripherals. The keyboard is the AORUS Keyboard Max with G.SKILL, and the mouse is the Roccat Leader, which both sit on top of the Luxcom's RGB soft gaming mousepad. He uses the Astro Gaming A40 TR headset, which he keeps on the Razer base station Chroma stand. But when he's not using that headset, he uses 2 Logitech G560 speakers and also a sub which he has set up around the room to further increase his immersion levels when he's playing games and watching movies. Not to mention they also cast an awesome RGB glow. Moving over to the PC, Benq is rocking the Thermaltake Level 20 GT case with an Intel i7-8700K processor paired with the NZXT Krakken X62 CPU cooler. As well as this, he has a vertically mounted Gigabyte AORUS RTX 2080 Ti graphics card, 32GB of G.SKILL Trident Z RGB RAM running at 3600MHz, which are all housed on the MSI Z370 GODLIKE gaming motherboard. The fans are the Thermaltake Ring Plus Premiums, but he has 6 of the Ring 12s and 3 of the Ring 14s for a total of 9 fans in this case, all of which are powered by the EVGA Supernova 1000W power supply. For storage he has an NVMe for his operating system, 4 separate SSDs for games from different launchers, and a hard drive disk for all of his media storage needs. It's a beast of a PC which he can change the colour on to match his room's aesthetic whenever he wants. As I mentioned earlier, the TV is the 65-inch and 120Hz capable LG C9 OLED, which he's got mounted via the Echo Gear full motion articulating TV wall mount. Now, as well as this, Benq is something of a collector for certain peripherals and art pieces, so let's take a quick look. As you can see here, we've got a display of Logitech mice including the G604 Lightspeed, G502 Lightspeed, G703, G900 and of course the MX Master 3. This is a really cool collection, but I'm not sure what the idea behind it is. Maybe it's like a choose your character screen at the start of a game or something. He's also got a customised DualShock 4 controller, an Xbox Elite Series 1 controller and also the strange looking Steam controller, all of which sit on these nice little stands. I won't go through all of the art pieces, but I will add them down in the description if you're interested, as it is an absolutely beautiful collection. He's got works by Nax Art, Phoenix Decor, Pure Lifestyle and many more to make this awesome and totally unique games room. But one of the standout features is the Stonehenge mosaic flooring by Perfection Floor Tiles, which give this a completely different look than any other setups that I've ever seen. As for the cable management, I mean, do I even need to say anything? This thing is practically flawless in this regard, and a lot of thought has gone into making this a clean and fresh space. It appears that most of the cables run through the walls in order to have everything as hidden as well as it is. Finally, for the lighting, Benq has used a Govee RGB light strip kit as well as 3 Philips Hue white and colour ambient strips around the room to bring everything together nicely. And that pretty much wraps us up. Benq has an incredibly unique gaming room, and in a world of copy and pasted gaming setups it can be difficult to think outside the box, and that is where his designing expertise have clearly stepped in to create something completely new in the setup scene. To vote on which of these competitors you'd like to see make it through to the final showdown, join the ScorpioTech Discord server via the link down below. We're still open for competitors for Season 1 and Season 2 of Setup Showdown, so if you do want to enter your own PC, console or laptop setup, then you can find all of the relevant information on our Discord server. Thank you so much for watching episode 3 of Setup Showdown. Please consider subscribing if you want to be notified of the next episode, and also the 2022 Setup Tour is coming very soon, so stay tuned for that one. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.